Hey there, Blood Bowl coaches. I am Eisen Mike. I am joined with my co-host Saace. How's it going, Saace?
Good. Ready to do the mid-season recap.
Yeah, and guest coach Owned. How's it going, man?
It is wonderful. I'm ready for the midseason recap as well.
Yeah, we are doing the mid-season recap. We're looking at weeks 5 and 6 and looking at where we are mid-season, as we said. But before we get into that, let us take a quick moment to look at and memorialize all those who gave their all on the Blood Bowl pitch in week 5. And we're back. And we're actually been joined while I was playing by another guest coach. Fiction is here. How's it going, man?
Hello. Going well.
Yeah. So not the bloodiest of weeks, but a couple of major players going down there. We got Godzilla from Quick Run as Godzilla. Got a couple of well-leveled pieces. One of the last well-leveled pieces on Yeti the Party. But yeah, not a whole lot of deaths, but a couple of fouling deaths, which is always fun to see. And yeah, so that's week 5 in Memoriam. So should we start out with Div 3 for the mid-season? Taking a look at what's going on there.
Yeah.
All right. Take a look at the leaderboard here.
Superfed's Brazers, which was an early call to be super strong Div 3, is pulling it off. But there's a three-way tie for the top between Superfed's Brazers, Owned, who's joining us today, with the Berserkers, and Zoot's Leafy Mustard, all at 15 points.
Yeah, it's a close call. You and Superfed were sort of neck and neck last season too, weren't you? Weren't you on?
Yes, we were right there with each other, and Staticus on Div 6. We were neck and neck the whole way.
Yeah,
And we are
Staticus.
neck and neck again.
Yeah, Static is having a bit rougher of a time this season. I don't think he's gone a week without showing up in that montage.
He did give Gerzoot his second loss though.
Yeah. But yeah, so three-way tie, that's pretty big. Do we know how many playoff spots for each of the divisions yet? How many?
I believe there. Two.
There's two in Div 3, yeah.
Oh, so still pretty competitive. A lot. I don't think. I mean, it can go all the way down to.
Thing that shocks me is all the elves are towards the bottom.
I mean, they're taking a beating.
Yeah.
You got really developed, like 1890 Orc and Dwarf at the top of the leaderboard. So that's not super surprising that they've been taking a beating. But the one that's surprising me is Letus's Fruity Kisses pulling up in 4th.
Yeah.
I was expecting him not to have as good of a season as he's having right now.
Yeah, like you said,
man.
we're a lot of pretty bloaty team, but he's definitely hasn't been letting it hold him back too much. You know, sneaking up there in 4th place. I guess he's tied. No, he's 1 point ahead of
Wedge.
The Wedge, yeah.
The Mainland Rotters.
Yeah.
And right now, Superfed leading the Div 3 in casualties, dished out. Oh, and you're slacking a little bit. You're 2 behind.
I know. I got armor 7 next week. I plan to catch up.
With 2 slots, though, I really think everybody from Iron Master, well, even not FDA approved, all have a shot at it.
Yeah.
The top 7.
It's very close.
It's a pretty close one. I mean, there's a few at the bottom of the bracket that aren't going to have much of a chance to catch up, I think, from this season. But maybe even Arch can pull it off in the last... We have 6 games left?
He's
6 games.
Well, he's got 7. A couple of teams have played their week 7 so far. Some of them haven't.
Yeah, he has to play roasted garlic Triscuits.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Should we take a look at some of these teams? How do we want to do this? Should we just go from the top?
How about each coach? Do you want to look at all of them, or do you want to just pick through? You can go through them.
Yeah, I mean, at least the ones that are top in contention, I think, would be probably worth looking at.
All right, well, let's look at the top 8.
Sure. So,
I think those are the guys all fighting it out.
Yeah, so let's take a look at. Let's go down the leaderboard. So start with the Zerkers, and we've got the coach here. So, where are they at? So yeah, took a bit of a loss with that Troll Slayer in week 5.
Yeah, my Troll Slayers are not looking good in development right now. I'm looking to get them up. I got some armor 7 coming up, so I'm hoping to get them leveled up a little bit.
And what was Odin before?
He was an unskilled blitzer. So I have one blitzer that always dies, and it just keeps dying over and over, and it's the unskilled one. So
yeah,
he didn't have anything on him.
All right.
Big thing on debate.
I feel like I have the same thing every season. There's one source that just gets replaced every time. So last season,
big thing is
this season it seems
I'm
to be Drake.
actually thinking about dropping the Death Roller.
Yeah,
I don't think that would be a bad choice. It's a lot of value, and at this point, your team has enough value everywhere else to be strong without it. It'll give you less inducements against lower TV players and more inducements against the higher ones. I don't know how the end of your season's looking.
I play everything. I play 4 elves, and I play roasted garlic Trickets and Snopguard.
The Trickets, boys.
Triscuits, yep. Those guys. So there's only 2 teams that really want the Death Roller for out of those 6.
Yeah, and it's like if you maybe had enough cash that you've got level 2 stadium, but you do have the referee rest area already. So
I do.
yeah. So that's,
But I've been playing a lot of away games, so I'm gonna look and see how many home games I have. If most of my games are home games, I might go ahead and keep it.
right.
I'm missing a dirty player.
I have a dirty player. It's my Death Roller.
If you get rid of him.
Yeah, it's hard to fit dirty player on Dwarf team.
Yeah. Probably to foul a bit more. With how much Mighty Blow you have, it might be better off just not giving a bribe to your enemy.
That's true. That's true.
But looking strong, looking dwarfy. See what guard Mighty Blow stand firm. Seems like all the dwarves in the REL have different ideas on how they want to do it.
Yeah, what
those
order
three,
they go in anyway. In any case,
I mean, it's all the same three skills. It's just what order.
yeah.
Guard wins games. You gotta. I think you have to go guard first because that just allows you to land more blocks early and get more development.
Yeah, and also just control the pitch really.
Yeah.
Stand firm also to some degree, but yeah.
My runner recently leveled up and rolled another double, and I got sidestep on him.
Yeah, blotch step runner there. That's a little.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. He saved my game against Brazzers.
Speaking of Brazzers, it's a nice segue into the Brazzers top of the leaderboard team. I feel like they're all tied up, but let's look at Brazzers. Riley Reed is a beast. I feel weird saying that.
He is a monster. He protects him too. You don't even get to touch that guy.
Blood, strength 4. I mean,
And he has tackle.
I don't like
crazy.
forward throwers, but I watched a game with him, and he's just unstoppable on the drive.
Does he actually pass with Riley Reed, or just use it as a ball carrier?
He just uses him as a ball carrier. Really, he'll do a pass if he needs to score in a couple turns. But I mean,
Yeah.
There's no point.
He knows what he's doing. Like he doesn't need to pass. He can move up the pitch. I mean, he's got all that guard and everything. Like he can control the pitch really good.
Little rough. When did you take this niggle on this blitzer? His killer.
Week
I think he
6,
took it. Yeah, he didn't have it for my game against me. I think he took it the week before he played me.
Yeah.
Because his killer was out when he played me.
I like this team though. His blitzers all went different routes. He's got a killer. He's got a guard agi piece. He's got a stand firm blodger, which is really strong, as we all know. And then he's got a frenzy juggernaut guy. So I really like how he's varied up his blitzers. His blackwork's a little underdeveloped, but at least they all have guard except for one.
Yeah, and he used to run. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. How long has this killer had niggle?
Just about a week.
His first game. This will be his first game with it, playing with it.
So probably week 6 there.
Yeah,
I think he intends on dropping it at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean
I would
on a
hold it
piece
through playoffs.
Yeah, on a piece this developed that's AV9, it's a niggling injury is not the end of the world.
You hold it through playoffs at least, I think.
Yeah, until you can at least try and build up maybe a replacement killer. He doesn't really have another blitz. None of the other blitzers have even Mighty Blow, so I don't know if Jay Jansen is going to start filling in for that role, but I guess Jenna Hayes could as well.
I think you keep Jay Jansen as a... Well, I guess you could give him... You don't want to give him temporary. He's there to serve people. So, I don't know.
Doesn't really have anything to fear from the Chaos teams either.
Yeah, is there much claw in this division?
No, there's not much at all.
So yeah.
He got a Necro team, but none of the werewolves have Mighty Blow, and Snobguard keeps rolling doubles and getting dodge on every piece he has.
All right, let's look at Leafy Mustard next.
Yeah.
Another one tied for the top 3. Oh, they're looking good. They're probably the least developed of the top 3 teams.
They are. This was actually, when I had to play this team, it actually didn't scare me that much because he doesn't have guard. And he needs to get some more guard in there.
One guard piece. That's sort of an odd choice on Gurman there. Or German Gurman. What the fuck?
Well, I think he's going for a long-term development.
Yeah.
And once he gets that block, it'll be a nasty thing.
Yeah, but it's Swords are so slow to develop,
I'll tell you
especially
what,
without the
though.
block.
Yellow is a monster. He just runs around doing whatever he wants, hitting everybody.
Yeah.
Strength 5 break tackle? He's
Yeah.
like a really nice Crocs.
Yeah, break
Yeah,
tackle on
he's
Strict 5 is
good.
so good. And then of course, yeah, you've got some crazy looking skinks here. He's got an agility 5, he's got a movement 9 and sprint. And then Spunkmeyer's still here with as blood step, diving tackle, and that's sure feet and a sprint on both of those. So yeah.
Looking good, looking good. No, I'll say, I mean,
Good spot.
it seems to be the way to go for Lizard teams in the REL. You're kind of fighting to get levels and players and still doing all right, because the same thing happened last season with Jimmy Jam's Pale Scales up in Div 2 now.
Yeah, well, he was even less developed, I think, on his
For most of it, yeah.
on his swords. Although it was more even. I think he had block on basically everybody. But yeah, it's definitely something that happens. You get sort of uneven distribution of SPP on your source, and then a couple of weak links in that chain. The block Cruxigore is a big help, but
Yeah, it is.
I really like that.
yeah.
You want to move on down to Letus?
Sure. Let's see what we'll do.
This is the first one that doesn't have 15 points. It's not in the top three-way tie.
21.
2140. Yeah, he's...
High.
He has not been trimmed at all.
Yeah, it's got, let's see, a 13-player team, 2 assassins. Did he just pick up a second assassin, or?
And this guy, he scores so many points because he plays crazy. And I think he scored 8 points in his last 2 games.
It has to be a new assassin. Portobello?
Yeah, it looks like he's been just the last 2 games. So.
He heard everybody bad talking his assassin, so he figured he would just give everybody an extra, little push towards having a fucking stroke and pick up a second one.
Did that armor witch elf have strength up the last time we looked at her?
No.
That's
Now
fine.
she's an armor, sure feet, strength. I don't know where the fuck that witch elf is going. Let's be honest. Like, his team is super developed, but it's not really developed.
I don't understand this sure feet. Like, why would you get sure feet over, like, block or something like that?
I didn't understand the armor, but I've bitched about that before, so, I mean...
Yeah.
And then the sure feet doesn't make any sense to me, and now it's got plus strength.
Not
Yeah.
a whole lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, it's a 210k piece. I mean, the armor almost sort of even makes sense in hindsight, sort of retroactively. I mean, with the strength up, but that sure feet's
but
still
yeah.
a little weird to me.
If he had armor block strength, then yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a cool... That there is a cool witch elf. I mean, I'm not even going to complain about the armor. But sure feet, it just seems like, why not...
Block.
I don't know. He's got a plus movement runner. You're not going to be using sure feet all that much on the witch elf when you have a movement 8 runner.
Well, for those frenzy hits, maybe that's what he's thinking. But
Reach out an extra frenzy.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to play fast and crazy, so sure feet lets him do his GFIs, so...
Definitely crazy.
Should pick up a lead if we can do that.
Somebody needs to kill Cherry Crush, though. That's a nasty dark elf.
Yeah.
It sure is something.
That's like the perfect dark elf blitzer.
All he needs is like pro or something just to round it off at the end. But,
I think Juggernaut.
Yeah, maybe.
We were talking about this the other day in chat that while Juggernaut's still broken, I think it's way stronger than Pro.
Yeah, currently in Level 2, some of the effects will work even if you're not blitzing. Like canceling Wrestle, for example, I think you don't even have to blitz for it. And a jump up piece particularly, that's going to be very, very useful. Uh,
All right. Letus is not too far behind. He's at 13 points, where the top three are at 15. So he's definitely still in the game to pick up on the 2 slots. But as we get lower down, it kind of drops a little bit more. Next up is Mainland Rodders at 12. So just a win away from the top 3. But I really, really, really like Wedge's team with the double strength Nurgle Warrior.
Yeah.
He's got Claw on that Nurgle Warrior now, too. He's getting some development going since we last played. He didn't have any Claw when I played him.
Even without any development, he still has 3 strength 5 block pieces.
He still has to play Brazzers, too, so that could be this could be the one guy that could actually hurt Brazzers.
I really want to see him pick up tentacles on Stahaz and Cathershey.
I think he plans on doing it. I think he mentioned it when we were playing.
just making it a 3 block beast team.
Yep. Going nowhere.
This team it just has so much potential, and I look at it, it's just so nasty.
It really is.
He's even got guard stand firm on that beast now too. And block. That's a perfect beast.
Yep.
So I'm saying 3 strength 5 blockers. I really think Wedge has a chance here to, with this team. I don't know how he's playing this season, but with this team, he really has a chance of taking it somewhere.
Yeah, it's developed nice for him. His ball carrier rolled a dodge, so it'll be a blodger soon.
Yeah.
Came up with Spoonie, the other Nurgle, and I bet you Spoonie's a little jealous of his team at this point. All right. Let's keep it rolling, boys, so we don't do another 3-hour one.
Right. Who's next?
Iron Master. Snowguard, Iron Master. Got a level up he needs to do. Oh, blodge. I see what you're saying. Dodge.
Yeah. He wants to get leap on Claw Witcher.
Makes sense. You know, the leaping agi. That could be cool.
I've never seen a leaping Chaos Warrior, but it would be pretty cool.
I have a blodging agi ones I've seen. I've had one. They're a lot of fun, but leap would make it all kinds of fun.
I mean, leap's a little weird with only 5 movement, but definitely turns it into an unexpected threat.
With the blodge, though, he could just be next to the cage anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a feeling that when you're producing or building up a Chaos team, the last thing you want is doubles. Like, you have so many options that you need to pick up, and you have no skills other than horns to start. So
yeah, I would probably skip doubles a lot of the times. Like when on my dwarf team, I actually rolled a lot of doubles for my first skill ups, but I skipped them obviously for like guard.
I probably would have skipped all the doubles on the warriors that he got, unless Reap Warp got block first, then a blodge one right out the bat. But whatever worked for him, it's a long-term development game, and you know that can happen with Chaos.
He probably won't die yet.
Yeah.
So I did actually get a tip on a clip that we could have featured for the week 6. Both Stouticus and Iron Master messaged me about some crazy stuff happening in turn 16. Unfortunately, when I went to go through and get the clip, it was the replay had already gone. But let's see. Stouticus said, "Here's a tip for week 6, Div 3. Turn 8, 1 turn attempt by me that ends in a dead catcher." I did get that for the montage, so we'll see that a little later. Turn 16, both of us try to each try to score a touchdown, with me Stouticus failing at 2+, and he Iron Master succeeding many rolls to win one last turn. Iron Master says turn 16, Snobguard versus Wooden Stand-ins, last chance pass to score and get the win. Apparently a very close game on their week 6 match. It was 1-2, but it came down to some craziness in turn 16, according to both coaches. Which I apologize for not grabbing that clip, but
jeez, Mike. Hey guys, look, listen about this cool clip that we could have seen. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
We at least acknowledge the fact that they both pointed it out. That it must have been pretty nuts, but We don't actually get to watch it because I missed the when I went to go look for it after a couple of days after I did the montage clips. The replay had already gone, so apologies there.
Well, let's wrap this up by looking at the last two that are going to be fighting for a spot. Not FDA approved and non-anime sports team.
Alright, not FDA approved. Was that
It's a
crazy?
nice blitzer.
Yeah.
Blitzer, yeah.
Oof.
Super Dragon 6000. Good name for it.
It's a super awesome name for a dragon. The Blood Flow. I mean, 250,000 for him, and it's worth every penny.
Worth it, yeah.
Yep. Agi 4, Strength 4, Movement 7, no loner.
Strength 5.
He's a monster.
Yeah. The best big guy you could have.
God. Gotta make people jealous.
And then he has another blitzer that's coming along pretty good, but what is he niggled?
He must be
Yes, he is. But his catchers are developing pretty decent.
But he's gonna have a fight. He's at 10 points. So he's still got a chance, but gonna have to pull out some big wins here at the end of the season.
Yeah, I got some catching up to do.
Yeah, I think I play him in 2 weeks.
All right,
Yeah.
and then last up at 8 points is
Not an
Non-anime.
anime sports team.
he's got 3 level ups to get in.
Yep,
Ooh,
2 on
yeah.
his catchers.
And didn't he just take a whole bunch of deaths in the last few games? There was something. I think he played somebody and just got beat to crap.
Well,
Can't-
it looks like he scored 4 points in his last game, so that probably got him a lot of points there.
Yeah, 4-0.
Wow, he
That's
4-0'd. Yeah, what else team,
let's-
too?
Let's look at this game here. Oh, that would be why he injured 5 players.
Oh, so he got a lot of SPP from that game then.
Yeah, so
Oof, yeah. Let's see.
injured
8,
5 players and
14.
the dead catcher. So that's 6 players out of the field for
That's like 29 SPP that game.
you ruined.
He had a lot in his game before that too, like 18-ish or so.
That's what you want to see when you need to rebuild, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Shall we
Well-
move on?
Yeah, he's going to fight to get going, but at least he got some development to help him in the last part of the season. All right, Div 2. Is Div 2 2 spots as well or 3? I want to say 3.
I think it's 3. They've been talking about 3rd place being tied.
So, let's take a look here.
New Year
Your
North.
top 3, yeah, up from the rookie division. I know a lot of people have commented on the level of development that he came into Div 2 with, but doing really well, showing well with 6 wins, only 1 loss. Pretty good TD differential, best in the division. He's playing well, and he's got a commanding spot.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that it's a lot of development on that team, but it's pretty weird development. It's not
Yeah.
exactly a lean, like...
And as we know, there's always a chance for Norse to implode.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
And he's actually lost a couple of those sort of weird linemen along the way. To get a frenzy lineman that died, and
So he's pretty close to locking up his spot. And behind him is Ninja Pirate Robo with Edie Man Things, who's at 15 points. Cheese Tactics is in 3rd with 12. And then right behind Cheese, you have Pale Scales, who made playoffs last season, Tyranny of Kyros, who was really strong last season, and then only 2 points away.
Tyranny
Tadpoles in the
of
big city.
Kyros still has to play their game this week too, so they could pull ahead of Cheese Tactics.
So Cheese has a little bit of a fight to stay in it, but there's a lot of close. Actually, I'd probably say that almost everybody in the top 10 has a chance. Maybe not.
Well, there's
I don't know
three,
if Spoonie
there's
does
three
with the way his
spots, but so it's a bit more leeway than there is in Div 2. So yeah, it could. Yeah, theoretically, probably could deal all we got down to.
Except for most people have a chance. I don't think Rats is gonna get there, and definitely not send him by the curb.
Oof. That's a rough feeling.
Wasn't Spikosaurus? He was something. What did he do last season? Was he in playoffs or?
No, he just had a
something.
really well-developed team, and he had a good start.
No,
to the
he
season.
played in something. Did he do really well in like the loser tournament bracket or something? I don't know. Either way, I was expecting to see a better showing from him with the development on his team and everything.
Yeah, looks like he's lost a couple of skinks.
No, who cares about losing skinks?
Yeah, but still very well developed, and of course, Godzilla going down in week 5. But still a lot of good, scary looking source development. So, but
All right.
just
Do you
on,
want to
the,
look at
on the cusp of being in contention here, and that's if he has to have a real stellar rest of the season to really have a shot at it. But yeah, let's go down the list. Let's take a look at New Year's Norse.
still weird. Armor Yeti, which is fine. Blodge Ulf, still good. The Shadowing Lineman, still something we've seen before. Went for Prawn the Berserker, has a level up in the runner. I mean, not a lot has changed. I actually think he's trimmed down quite a bit.
This team doesn't look very scary to me. I don't know how people are complaining about it, really.
Yeah, it's
he's
it's
trimmed a
kind
couple
of
of
weird
pieces.
developed team.
Yeah, he had some more weird. He had another frenzy lineman and a couple of weird skills. I mean, he's got the one lineman here that's got what do you call it? Dauntless, yeah.
Tackle. Oh, Dauntless. Yeah, sure hands.
Sort of a strange pick.
Kickoff return. He has a lineman ball carrier.
Yeah, shadowing, sort of an odd pick as well. So he had a bunch of odd picks. A couple of them have sort of fallen away, so he's actually gotten a bit more trim. But yeah, and just his record overall. I mean, for the whole record of the team, he's had 2 losses, 25-7-2. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Only one Zerker, though. Only one Zerker.
Well, he's got
Good question.
140k.
Yeah.
Wonder if he looks to buy another one at some
Yeah,
point.
one berserker, one runner, so he could pick up another one of those. And probably should. I think Juggernaut's a fairly recent pickup on that Yeti, but makes sense.
I would have got Juggernaut before Armor.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I go through this every time.
Well, I guess you really don't get to pick though, because you rolled the Armor.
Yeah, I mean, Armor's a weird choice. We've talked about this before. It's like the Yeti is kind of overpriced, and having Armor would make him more viable, I think. But you're adding another 30k to him, so.
That 5 strength high elf's only 20k higher in value.
Right?
You can't just compare
so
everything to the 5 strict high elf with Mighty Blow. Should we move on to Eat Man things?
That's yeah.
That is a nasty team. I really like Eat Man things. All his gut runners have either Blodge or Raj sidestep. He's got one that has Agi 5 2-head sure hands. I would have liked to see, actually, on the always biting, I would have liked to see strip ball with all that set up, but I
Yeah.
guess Agi came last. 2 Agi plus gutter runners and a movement gutter runner. I didn't even, always scratch him, Jesus.
Yeah, he's got a one-turner with leap, agility 5, so...
Yeah, that's nasty. It's gonna be hard to beat this guy, unless you're gonna hurt those pieces.
The one Storm Vermin's taking a hell of a beating, but I guess you keep him around for the strength up. And the other one is the Claw Palm.
You know, I think having a 6 movement to Agi is fine.
Yeah, I think if he didn't have the strength up, he'd probably want to start over again, but the strength up makes it worth it.
Yeah, it's a great team. That's all I can really say. I mean, there's nothing weird. It's just, you know what? It kind of reminds me of Lumi's team before he lost a bunch of gutter runners.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to replace that 4th gutter runner though.
Yeah, you don't want to keep AV6 around, so always knowing he's got the cash to afford it too. So guessing
and it's not like
for the next match.
Not super developed. You're not really upset about losing a Raj sidestep when you've got so much development on your gutter runners.
Yeah. All right, so who's next?
Next up is
Cheese
Tactics. Cheese Tactics, Mr. You Never Talk About My Team. Hey guys. This is Cheese Tactics teams. Let's move on.
1870.
1870 puts him at the top. Actually, the highest TV. Highest
Yeah,
TV
I think so. Their TV is not that high compared to like Div 3. I think they've suffered more deaths though.
Yeah, I think you get some developed killers in the league, and it trims it up real quick. Also, a little bit more claw, I'm assuming. Chaos team, Skaven team. You got Gary Friendly around here. Nurgle team.
That's true.
So let's see here. Anything new?
Block Troll. There's a AV bust on that Blitzer. I think is relatively.
That's a little rough. But you keep him anyway. I think we've discussed this in the recaps before when we saw it, that you for sure keep that anyways with Blodge, Stand Firm Guard.
Yeah, you keep him until he takes another injury at least, I think. But
I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, as dwarves, I play with 4 armor value 8 pieces, so I think 1's not bad. Or I guess 1.
2, 3. He's got a thrower.
2. Oh, he has a thrower.
And a goblin.
Okay.
So I guess
Well, I don't
technically 3.
count the goblin. Goblin always dies
that's weird.
eventually.
Doubles on that goblin ends up taking pro. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
He's
He
got
throws
3
it at
pro
people.
pieces. He does throw to people. 3 pro pieces, so he can really greed on the blitzers. The goblin is just, if he makes it to playoffs, I really hope to see the goblin disappear from the team.
Well, this is clearly just built as a one-turner for the tossing. Otherwise that's why you got sprint. He's got pro in case yeah, and the pro also in case he has to use the reroll on getting the ball to him. He's still got another chance to nail that landing or to reroll one of those go forwards that he might need.
But he's got 2 really nice blitzers that are killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see one pick up Juggernaut, but double pro, I mean, you get a good work in with them. Chances are you're going to succeed in your hits.
Yeah, 2 tackle bombers with pro, 1 with extra movement. It's not too shabby. Black orcs are pretty standard. One needs to get a skill on the rookie, but nothing.
March
terribly
the third.
exciting there. Yeah.
That tells the story there.
See
If
how
you had
we-
Frenzy, I'd be more in favor of the Juggernaut. But as it is, I think Pro by itself I like better.
Yeah, 6 matches on this Black Orc. But it only has 2 SPP. But
Happens.
yeah.
They're looking strong.
Next
They're
up.
looking orky. Pale Scales, playoffs last season. Mike, you got to face him. Still got the double strength skinks, and one just popped a level up. So, always nice. And then standard development. Like, this is a guy who struggled to develop through the middle last season, finished developing at the end of the last season. And I would have liked to see one of his tackle pieces have break tackle, but...
Well, a lot of this development was off-season and just like a couple of games after the playoffs. Because most of these sources just had block for the playoff match that I faced him in, and then when we were looking at him for the beginning of the season, he'd have picked up a whole bunch of extra skills. So they must have all
He's
just
keeping
been
him
right on the
healthy.
cusp. Yeah. He had no real injuries on the team except for 2 movement buffs, so that's pretty good.
Lots of cash.
He does, yeah. At this point, this is a team that would probably pick up a 5th skink. Where are they
Yeah,
at
I would.
TV-wise? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. He's got well balanced. He's got enough of the TV is on the source side instead of the skink side. So having that backup is probably now's the time to do it. He's got the cash for it. Does he have a stadium upgrade? That's the other option. Oh, he's got the Magic Dome already. So
Yeah.
Somehow got a level 3. Stadium.
yeah, it's a lot of extra cash to throw around.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll drop and pick something up. I mean, another skink, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That puts him right at the 150 too. So,
Yeah. 5th skink. Get you an extra player.
yep. All right, what are we looking at next?
Tyranny of Kyros. We skipped over him.
Oh, yeah.
He
Tyrion
looks-
Chris is actually in 5th. He's tied with Pascal on points, but he's in 5th on the
Oh, okay.
one board. So let's look here.
He looks pretty beat up.
Here, I want to say he was scarier last season in development-wise, but it looks like he took a little bit of beating. Movement minus lineman, movement minus lineman, agi minus lineman, missed next game on a catcher, and an armor bust on his thrower.
TV of that.
That's a battered. I mean, it's a pretty standardly developed elf team. First of all, there's nothing really special. He hasn't got all the doubles that everybody else has, but he does have the blodge mass that Sandune prefers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like his chances come playoffs or the back half of the season with all of those busts. And
Yeah, the bunch of busts. He doesn't have a whole lot of cash in the bank to start replacing them. So, a couple of movement busts, here or there, but enough of them pile up and they start making a difference on how your team performs.
Yeah.
So,
He'll be a dwarf team before too much longer with all that movement bust.
yeah, and the agility busts and you can't afford to replace him. I understand like keeping the agility bust and the armor bust around, but ideally save up some cash, get rid of these players, get in some rookies and start leveling them up. But yeah, who's next?
Tadpoles in the big city, 130s, Lizardman team.
Tadpoles.
It is a scary
Ooh.
Lizardman team.
Yeah, it is.
He needs to get that killer. He needs to get Joe Dirt some break tackle real quick.
Yeah.
His skanks aren't as developed as Pale Scales, but his Saurus look nasty.
Bloodstep movement's pretty scary. It's gonna make the one turns easy, and just having a ball carrier with the extra movement, blodge. It's pretty gross. He's got a Bloxigor with grab's
Grab.
kind of an odd choice. But I guess
It makes one turning easier too.
that's true. He does have, and he's got the guard onto the source already, so it's not like he's hurting for for guard pieces, and of course Lizards with most of their pieces that are going to be hitting starting with strength 4 need a little bit less guard than other teams would. So yeah, I guess it makes sense, especially with the block. He's going to be doing a lot more hitting with that Crocs than otherwise. So the grab's going to end up being useful a bit more than it otherwise would.
Yeah, grab helps you control the pitch more too. I actually need to get grab on my dwarf team because it allows you to put your opponents in awkward positions.
Yep. And yeah,
Alright, boys.
definitely some source development that. Oh, I'm
Should we
jealous.
look at the Ravagers with their triple guard elves?
The Ravagers.
Yeah.
Ravagers.
Yeah.
Oh, triple guard elves. That's the worst thing. I hate to see guard on elves.
Yeah.
Stouticus in Div 6 last season, when I played him, he had triple guard elves, and it was annoying. Luckily, I killed
Doesn't
one.
now though.
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Barely anything
Two
at all.
strength ups, triple guard, good.
Oh
standing
boy, he gets strong arm on that thrower. He'll be launching that ball everywhere.
Although he doesn't really need to. He just use him to keep him.
Yeah,
Have him hold
he's
on
a
to
fucking. He's a badass vampire right now.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we go to the time, and then he actually do have a clip from the week 6 match of White Men Ravagers versus Howl at the Moon. Pointed out to me there was a push play that we could take a look at. So I am going to, let's see, adjust my audio here. So let's play that clip in 3, 2, 1, play. So yeah, starts out, the elves are running up maybe a little earlier than they need to, but they're starting to get surrounded by the Necro, so they're trying to secure a sideline cage here as best they can. It's not super secure as we can see. And yeah, we'll just watch it, but the Necro are able to take advantage of this. Getting everybody into position, and then this chain push here.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, so gets the ball carrier out. Ball scatters, bounces off the blitzer there. Wolf dodges out. Gets the tight cage around him. Elves make one attempt to try and get this ball free, but cage doesn't work. And then the wolf just books it. So
That was a I'm really salty cage dive.
yeah.
He didn't move any other piece. He just was like, I'm mad.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to get that, get that ball back and all, pure focus on that. But yeah, so that's ended up letting the giving the Necro a score on the Elves half, and basically won the game there. Yeah, so I did get at least one clip for this week. And apologies for everyone who gave me tips for week 5. Week 5 was a bit of a write-off. In terms of just being way too busy to get anything, obviously. But yeah, who's the next team that we're going to look at?
We just finished Ravagers. Now Rats off to you. Golgothan is still. Now we're getting to the point where it's kind of a fight He's at 9 points.
All right, so everyone here out from here on is pretty uphill.
Yeah, and I mean, we're pretty familiar with Golgothan's team. Been in Div 1 for a while, moved down after a rough season in Div 1 to rebuild. I mean, what can you say about it? It's star player Gary Friendly and Gibbons and Joy Peters carrying the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's gonna, it's gonna be an uphill climb back into the, to the top of the league. But Gibbons is gonna make that. They're definitely can't be counted out yet. Because they've not a whole lot on this team, but what they do have is gonna score some touchdowns. So yeah, it should be interesting to watch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it.
And then, if we really want, we can look at Steve. I don't know if Steve really. He's at 8 points. He's gonna have a lot of catching up to do. So let's look at Steve. He's tied with goal, so it's gonna a peak. It's what is it with the mighty blow on werewolves?
It's the
In
REL.
REL.
It's just the REL. It happens.
Every team gets a mighty
Why
blow
not?
werewolf.
You get a mighty blow werewolf, and you get a mighty blow werewolf. Everybody gets a mighty blow werewolf.
The Necro team in Div 3 doesn't have Mighty Blow on either of his wolves.
They could roll worse.
They'll
Yeah.
get there. I mean, it's a good. He's building the whites the way I like to see Necro whites build. He's got one strong flesh golem. He's got one really developed werewolf, and he's got the Crypt Keeper to help out. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking team, but yeah, as we said, at this point in the season, on an uphill battle to scramble into one of those spots.
I think we skipped. Can't catch us.
Spoony. Oh yeah, no. Spoony Bard's tied with Yayo, but he's under because either head to head or
Okay.
got to be head to head. Get it? Spoony's team is battered, is the way to say it. They have been beaten repeatedly.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have much development at all.
That's because every time he develops something, it dies.
Yeah, Bridget has not been working on this team.
Why does he have tentacles on a rudder?
There's a
Oh,
layer.
prehensile
question.
tail.
Oh, yeah.
Prehensile tail.
For the shenanigans?
I guess.
That's funny.
I mean, Prince
Maybe
Hotel's
they'll
not
forget.
not terrible. It's they're
Look
sort of a
like-
control team, so.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Hmm?
It looks awful on the rudder, the tail.
Oh, I mean, oh.
Looks like he's turning into a baboon of some sorts.
Yeah, or a Skaven.
Both things
Yeah.
that nobody likes.
No. Ugh.
All right. You ready to move up to the Div 1?
Let's take a look at Div 1.
Div
Second
1
best
is
div in the league.
Div 1 is a little bit more spread out than the other divs.
Horny Cricket is just owning this season.
Yeah.
Horny Cricket owned last season. It's Horny Cricket. Hey, you want to see Horny Cricket own a season? Okay, let's watch him play.
He needed to
I mean-
level. He needed to level both of his flesh golems in one of his games against elves, so he scored a touchdown on each one.
Sounds about right. He's a great coach. He's a great coach playing a really good team, a really survivable team too. So, I mean, best bet for the rest of the competitors in REL 1 is for Cricket to eat wins away from opponents that they're competing with, and for hopefully
Hope that
low-end teams to eat
have you
a few
played them
wins.
yet?
No, I play. My lineup is going to be Fiction, Cricket.
For the next few weeks.
I got Sam, Fiction, Cricket, Trunkhead, Double Dwarf or something. Something along those lines.
Yeah, that sounds awful for you.
That's not too bad.
Well, I guess you're chaos. You like dwarves.
Yeah, dwarves I'm good with. I'm going to use all my claw. The one who's lucking out is Mistays. His end of the season, he plays you, Horny Cricket, Motley, or somebody. Anyways, I play all of them right before he plays them. So every team he's worried about facing has to go through me first.
Go through you first. Yeah. I've got both. I've got back-to-back necro teams for the last 2 weeks of the season, so I'm hoping you can defang them a little bit before I get to them. No offense, fiction, but
we'll see. I'm notoriously bad against necro, but
We'll see.
Necronomics. He is technically come up from Div 2, but he's a former Super Bowl champion and Div 1 mainstay. So I don't really count Cricket. But the other surprise is Motley with the Booze Cruise at a drastic... I mean, it's really hard to say. He's in a solid commanding position. 14 points is, top of the pack for every other division. But 14 points is still 7 below Cricket. But still, Motley coming up from Div 2 and just doing really well. Hasn't lost a game yet.
I said it was the season of the Dwarves, and he's holding it strong.
Maybe Dwarves will get hopefully Dwarves will get one in playoffs, and then it can lose right away, and then we can go back to no Dwarves in playoffs.
yeah.
And then, and he's still got a game to play this week, so he can actually climb up even higher. So he's pretty safe.
Oh, he plays the Handsome Jacks.
Oh, the Jacks. That should be a good match.
Jacks have Motley, and then they have me. It's gonna be rough for them.
Yeah, I think I had the opposite for the first 2 weeks. I hit you and then Motley. Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a to see both of those teams, both of the Dwarves teams came in looking real strong, and we got one near the top of the pack and one right on the bottom right now. The Raiders took a huge amount of losses in the first couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, it's not been really great for the Refrigerators. Below them is Mistays with his newly minted Strength 4 Knight.
His team looks nasty.
It is nasty.
Back to having an AG5 too.
You listen to him complain though, he's the underdog and everything, and his team's, gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, he keeps getting great players, losing them, and then building up new great players. So.
And then Fiction, you've got a solid fourth. You're tied in points with Mistays.
Well,
after today's game.
Enough Tactics, it says I'm third.
Going off the league manager, it says you're fourth.
And in game it's fourth, but it's tied anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you played Mistays yet, Fiction?
Mistays? No, I have not.
Yeah, so there's no head-to-head. I mean, it doesn't matter the head-to-head anyway because the REL
TD
were.
Huh?
Well, the REBBL rules rather were breaking ties with friendly matches at the end of the season. So.
Very last game.
He's also got the higher TD differential as well, which isn't surprising with all the agi. But yeah, strong in fourth, both at 13, 1 point below Booze Cruise. Like the top three from second to fourth.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore Cricket. Cricket has secured his playoff position. We don't have to worry about him. But those guys all super close, and then following up is Lumi, Super Bowl champion from last season, having probably one of the roughest seasons I've seen him have in a while. 3-2-2.
I'd kill for a 3-2-2 record at this point, honestly, for this season. Yeah.
Yeah. So bringing it up at 11, and then below him is myself and Soul of Dragonfire's crippled Norse with Yeti to Party. I don't know if anybody else is... Well, I guess actually everybody should be pretty close. Even Men in Tights still has a shot.
Yeah, I mean, if I go on a crazy win streak, but... Because we've got 4 spots, so... But...
It's a little bit more open, but yeah, but... Refrigerator Raiders, Raw Dog I don't see making it. Treat Kundo has been obliterated. Both teams got the REL 1 welcome in spades. I just don't want to even think about, nose dice making playoffs.
Yeah. I've got a major uphill. It would be a basically a miracle at this point with the way my season has started.
It has not been a good season for you.
No. I got.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say the top 9 have a real shot of securing the slots underneath Cricket.
Yeah.
You want to look at them?
Yeah. Let's go down the list. Let's take a look at from the top.
Horny Cricket's team.
Yeah.
He did just lose Hate My Hair, or no, Fear My Fur. And now he's picked up, in dedication to his last game, he's picked up Horny Soul. There's been a chat going on about when Soul and Horny Cricket are playing, and it kept being Horny Soul. So, in honor of that, Horny Soul is now the new werewolf.
Some scary looking flesh golems here. That's good development there.
He did lose Chrome at some point. Did you kill him, Fiction? No, you didn't kill him.
No.
Somebody removed Chrome.
I
Yeah,
got absolutely
A couple
shit
of
on.
weeks ago, I think.
So he's actually lost 2 major pieces from his team.
Yeah, but he's got a good looking ghoul.
Malcolm,
Two
Oh,
very developed.
Grandpa Guile.
I mean, all
Yeah.
you need is a good-looking ghoul, a good-looking werewolf, and your golem's looking good, and you're set for.
Yeah.
All you
Necro.
need is your positionals to be good, yeah.
I mean, that's basically true of everything. But he's got, the claw palm jump up on that werewolf is gross. The flesh golems are looking
Hey.
scary.
He's only 10k below the strength 5 block mighty blow elf.
I don't know which one I would rather have.
Yeah, that's.
That werewolf's pretty gross.
Uh,
Probably the elf.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue against AG
Strength
5,
5,
Strength
AG4.
5, AG 4, 7, Lodge Mighty Blow. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great team. Cricket can honestly probably do whatever he wants to win. It's Cricket. What are you gonna complain? I'm like, oh no, he's undefeated like 2 seasons in a row almost. I mean, I think he took a few losses last season, but it's I don't know what to say. It's a good team. It's a good team. It's a good coach. I can't wait to see him watch him in playoffs this season. Hopefully he does better. I know a lot of us bet on him.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet. At this point, certainly.
Yeah. Well, last season a lot of us bet on him and he let us down, but we'll see. Next up is Booze Cruise. The kind of he was mixed up. I will say, a lot of last season confused and mistaken for the other dwarf, and we didn't get to see a whole lot of coverage on him, which is my fault. But definitely my pick out of the 2 dwarves that came up last season to be the upper hand, because I like the way he built with all the stand firm.
Yeah.
And it's just a variation of Mighty Blow, stand firm, guard.
Yeah, I mean, everyone seems to be in the same opinion that guard's got to come first, but then whether stand firm or mighty blow comes after that seems to be the where it breaks down. There's clearly a strong favorite of stand firm, although he's got a couple of pieces where he went mighty blow first.
Yeah,
Daft
that Dean
Drunk
Martini.
and Dean Martini, yeah.
Dean Martini's a nasty long beard. I wish I had that. Even though it's Agi 1, who cares?
Yeah, what are you going to be dodging and picking up the ball with him? Difference between
It's such a-
AG1 and AG2 is not,
It's such a hard dwarf for him to face too, because you can't push half of his players anywhere.
No,
He's got a guard. He's got more than enough mighty blow to make him scary.
Yeah, that stand firm just meant I could not. He would mark my Saace and they weren't going anywhere. They couldn't blitz themselves free. They couldn't knock each other free. If I wasn't getting a POW, I didn't have any movement. So that's a huge advantage in terms of controlling the pitch and just keeping your opponent from getting where they need to go. Just so much stand firm. This next game on this Blitzer, who are they playing next week for this match? Whoops, wrong, clicked on the wrong thing here. Oh right, Jacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be down a
Jacks
Blitzer for the Jacks against the Jacks.
Well, that's good for It's good for Sam.
Yeah.
I just really like the team, and I feel like that's a team that goes far in playoffs.
The Booze Cruise or the Jacks?
The Booze Cruise.
Right.
What do you say, Owned? You're the dwarf here.
Oh yeah, his team looks great. I love it. I think it can do great things. I mean, with dwarves though, it just comes down to if you can get armor breaks and get that player advantage. So yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I've always been jealous of his Agi 4 runner.
All right. Next up is Mistays, the Salt King himself.
His team looks just disgusting.
It is.
Yeah, and like I said, it does that where it goes from gross to battered back to gross. And it's just about a half-season cycle.
Except he was never really battered. He lost, one good night, and then he complained enough to make everybody think he was battered. But he was never a battered Brett team. It's not like Shiggy.
Well,
who just
last
got
season, I guess
decimated.
I'm thinking more going back to the beginning of season 5. I guess it was pretty battered from season 4, then built up, and then lost a couple of key players, and then built up again. But yeah, it's never been too lacking as far as that goes. He's had trouble keeping this rookie blitzers. He's on Carl's number 4. I think he's lost.
No. He's on Carl's number 4, the second.
Oh.
Because he misnamed it. It was supposed to be Carl's the 5th.
Oh.
Nerves of Steel is so weird.
So now I'm hoping once Carl's the 4th, the second dies, we'll see Carl's the 4th, the 3rd, and or Carl's the 4th, the 2nd, the 2nd.
Carl's the 4th, the 2nd, Junior.
Yeah.
I think he's Godfrey. I think is in the lead so far for the race toward
Yeah.
legendary.
11 away. 11
Yeah.
What do
away.
you think his last skate will be?
I don't.
Godfrey.
I have no clue. I mean, Nerves of Steel throws me off.
It's hard to tell what this role is. Yeah.
I think he just got Nerves of Steel because of the name.
I mean, he's building him as a passer. Maybe he just takes pass. I don't know.
He doesn't really pass though. He
Just
kind of
dump
just
off,
like
though, isn't it?
he grabs the ball and
Oh, is that
runs
dump
and
off?
dumps off and he doesn't
Nerves
really.
of Steel, I guess, because he took it because it does have synergy with dump off. Because
Yeah, that's true.
sort of by definition, if you're using dump off, you've got at least one tackle zone on you. So
I know he loves the dump off, so I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up more dump off on his nights. But for him, maybe pro? No, because I don't think pro would be good because he's used in situations where you're gonna want to use a team reroll and not a pro reroll.
yeah.
So I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a good
it's a sort of a
question.
weird build. I mean, he does have the mighty blow on that piece. It's only
Sidestep?
That would be fun. Yeah.
yeah.
Sidestep would be fun.
He should get a diving catch for the dump off.
Yeah, on
someone
somebody.
else.
Yeah.
Would be fun.
It's a good team though, and they're looking strong to go through. Next up is Fiction's team. You want to tell us about your team, Fiction, with your brand new flesh golems?
Yeah, I've got 2 now, so that's something.
Congratulations.
They're a bit rough losing them both in one game.
That was Hughes Cruz did not like me for some reason. I don't know.
Hindered dejection was a real strong point on your team too.
We'll be
Now you just have to subsist off 2+ strength wolves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hurting.
Yeah.
Finally got my tackle in my sure hands. Put that off a little longer than I should have.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Oh yeah. That tackle's gonna be rough when I
It's
yeah.
been for like
sort
the
of
last 3 games. This White's been sitting on 2 points away. I'm convinced he's gonna have to get an MVP or something.
It's a little rough. Yeah, it's looking good. It's a little bit different from Cricket's team in the fact that your 2 Whites aren't stand firm guard like he does, but still strong. And running good. Those wolves, I really fear for the day you lose one of those wolves, Fiction.
Well, whatever.
Well, then the replacement's just going to get strength 4 again. It's already happened.
Some teams have it in their blend.
Yeah.
All right, moving down from Fiction is Pastry Pests. Last season's Super Bowl champion. Maybe REL 1 will send 2 former Super Bowl champions up to duke it out in playoffs this season, but what's he got here? Halva's a little beat up still. His linemen are beat up, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, Nilla's taking a agility bust, I think. Did he also take a negative? No, just an agility bust.
The fact that Napoleon still is alive.
Halva's the one who has the niggling injury. So besides just the movement bust, he's got a niggling injury in Halva. I knew one of these Storm Vermin had something like that. Yeah, Napoleon. Whew. Yeah, how long has he had that armor bust? Since playoffs?
On what? Yeah, no, he got it in playoffs.
Yeah.
He got armor busted, and he really decided to keep him, but I thought he would have been dead by now. Honestly, I tried to hit him, everybody's tried to hit him, and he's just not gone down. And he's made it work.
Yeah.
Having a wood turret just opens up so many options. So, who knows? Thoughts, comments? He's a little bit more battered, I think, than last season. When he went into playoffs, he was looking super strong.
Well, at the end of last season, he had some troubles. Didn't he sort of had this one rookie gutter that's been replaced a few times.
No, I think he has the pieces to do what he needs to do. It's just all the busts on everything is the only. It's just his team could collapse at any point. But that's Skaven for you, so.
Yeah, I mean, his linemen aren't healthy, but they don't need to be. So, the busts on the killers aren't, Nilla getting the agility bust is kind of a bummer, but Juggernaut means he's not going to end up
Stuck on him.
Exactly, he's not going to end up in contact, really, unless something really goes wrong. So.
Oh, and the niggled on sprinkled halva worries me. But other than that, I think other than that niggle on sprinkled halva, I think he's fine. I mean, he does really good protecting Napoleon for somehow, but.
Yeah, and Halva's finally only 3 points away from getting that mighty blow that might actually make him useful.
Yeah.
I feel like Halva's gonna get. I feel like Halva should cycle at some point naturally.
I mean, strength 4 and claw, you don't turn up your nose at that, but.
I think you play it till it dies.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like he protects it like he does Nil or anything, so it's just gonna keep accruing, injuries and whatnot as people go for a strength 4 piece when they can get it. All right. Next up, the team that everybody loves to bitch about in round 1. Mine.
Who?
Huh? Animal Farm?
I haven't played you yet, so.
No,
Star-Lord?
Because anybody that plays a claw team is a devil worshipper.
Well, I mean, Fiction plays a claw team, so I'm not really super worried there.
Hail Satan?
Hail Satan.
2080 TV. You're moving up there.
Some of it's money that I'll probably cut down.
Yeah, I see that.
But still, way up there because I just
2030
leveled up. I just leveled up Boxer 2.
Boxer 2. Sounds like a bad B-rated movie, but he looks pretty good.
He's much better than the PC replaced, who I fucking hated and everybody else seemed to love. Which was Squealer, but yeah. I mean, it's a Chaos team. It's kind of gone standard Chaos way. There's not really anything to develop other than giving Snowball Block Frenzy and, I don't know, tackle on Moses. There's really no development. This team has been carrying me this season.
Well,
your Chaos Warriors look amazing, so they've been carrying you.
That's because I have proudly never lost a Chaos Warrior in my knock on wood. Yep.
Yeah, knock on wood.
In my 4 seasons in the REL.
Never lost a Chaos Warrior. Yep, that's pretty good.
I did take an Agi bust on my Strength 5 one season when I got overconfident against Shooty. But yeah, I don't know how I feel. I have technically a rougher end to the season, but it's teams that are more suited for my team to go against.
Why do you have a jump on the Strength 5?
So that was somebody convinced me of that.
And that was before the agility bust, presumably.
yeah.
Before the agility bust, yeah. So
Well,
he
I
was
mean,
going to be
even-
Strength 5.
Were you gonna give him piling on at some point?
Yeah, he was going to be Strength 5, Mighty Blow, piling on, jump up. But he took the Agi bust, and so he's gone a different route. But honestly, I thought I would hate the jump up, but
Still 5 movement from the floor. That's nice.
yeah, and people have to commit so much to beating up on him that he can always jump up and hit somebody pretty easily. Sometimes. There's always somebody standing next to him if he gets downed.
Yeah.
So, not my favorite piece, but
He's
He's
good.
good.
Still.
now that I got more stand firm, I'm happy.
Are you going to turn
And-
Snowball into a frenzy
piece.
surfer, dude?
Yep. I think that's the best way to go with plus
what's,
strength on a
what's
piece.
your stance on like block with Juggernaut? Feels a little inefficient to me.
On block Juggernaut?
Yeah. Why not just get Juggernaut?
I don't know. I guess you already have a ball carrier. Because I don't think you have to put Frenzy on a plus strength beastman.
I don't think you have to, but
Because they
If
have
you look-
4 strength when they blitz anyways.
yeah, but if you look at my team, that's the one kind of piece I'm missing. I have tackle pieces, I have wrestle pieces.
Yeah,
There's really nothing else to develop aside from a frenzy piece.
that's true.
Block and Juggernaut means that you can actually take advantage of the fact that Juggernaut lets you cancel wrestle.
Mhm.
If you don't actually have block, then that's not useful at all, because then you took yourself down. So there's some synergy there.
Yeah, but he'll develop slow. He needs to get block, and then he needs to get frenzy, and so Juggernaut won't be till his 5th, and I'm still not certain that I'm not re-rolling this next season, so not super worried about it either way.
I wouldn't if your team still looks like this.
Re-roll?
I wouldn't
No,
re-roll if your
it's a
team
good
still looks
team.
like this. This is a good team. I'm
mean-
not re-rolling if my team looks healthy.
I don't think people enjoy playing against this team too much.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's not it.
I might re-roll just so I don't have to play against this team.
I might just keep. I don't know. My thought was I'll re-roll, play with everybody else that's re-rolling row 1. But then I realized Cheese is coming up. I might just keep him for a chance to beat up Cheese. But
yeah. I mean, think about not
It-
re-rolling from Div 1 next season. Is with so many people re-rolling, the only ones who aren't are going to be the ones with like crazy, sick developed teams, for the most part, which is who we're going to be filling in all those spaces. So basically, anyone with a gross-looking team from Div 2 and Div 3 is going to be filtering their way up into Div 1 with everyone else re-rolling. So it's going to be a rough Div 1 next season, I expect.
let's look at Yeti to Party, which should be pretty quick because,
He has
There's
like
not
3
much-
players.
yeah, there's not much to look at for him.
At least all the players he does have are here and actually playing in the next match.
All 7, and he's got to level up on Hee.
Wolf the Oafs, that's nice.
Rar 6 of his name.
He's been cycled so much.
6 with this thing.
I mean, what can we say about? Somebody say something about Soul's team. Yahoo is a beast. I'm glad that he hasn't lost Yahoo. The day he loses Yahoo, I really don't expect I mean, then it's just a really basic Norse team, right?
Well, I still
Yeah.
got the block Yeti.
Well, he's
It's the
gonna have
block
to cycle
niggle
that
duty.
thing at some point. It's got a niggle.
Did he have another piling on piece before?
Yes, he had, what
Grr.
was his name? Gur.
Okay. That makes
Yeah, it was
There was,
movement busted. Palmer. But yeah, and then well developed haha with the niggled but fairly well developed runner that we saw die in the opening montage in week 5. So yeah, not a lot left.
I mean, Norse loner minors aren't that bad, right?
No,
No,
they're
No.
fine. Yeah, and the linemen are fine as rookies. You almost don't want them to level up. So yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst position to be in. I like my game against him. He had what 4 pieces that didn't have loner, and I thought it was gonna be a breeze until he put 4 of my source in the casualty box in the first half. So definitely, even with just a handful of players, can be a rough matchup. So and he's a good coach, so that certainly helps. But yeah, not to count them out. You shouldn't count them out yet, but definitely, obviously, not a lot of players left. So
All right. And then Men in Tights, I think, still have a shot. So we should look at slightly Ben's team. The more survive, you'll like the more alive team here.
yeah, it's surprising to see a Wood Elf team with this many players in REL 1, considering how we've treated them the last 2 seasons. Generally, that block tree helps. And a little
Mo
bit-
is
and sort of
Mo
the
is a
guard.
monster.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a really strong team, and I expected him to have a rough time, but with how few injuries he's taken, I'm really surprised that he's not higher on the leaderboard. Good coach, good team.
Yeah, I mean, what has their schedule been like the last few matches? Let's see.
Let's see
Pastry
here.
Pest, Necronomics, you,
Yeah.
beat Trikundo, beat Yeti the Party, tie against Men in Tights, lost to Mistakes. So yeah, I mean, it's a reasonable. I mean, given who he's been up against, it's a reasonable record. So he's gonna have some of the more beaten up teams and still to come in this season. He's gonna, me, Refrigerator Raiders, the Yeti the Party, still still to come. So could definitely pull it back. Not that my team's beat up. I've just been having a shit time of it. Yeah, definitely wouldn't count them out yet, given who they've got left in the season to play. So.
Yeah, I mean, like to see him pull back up and make a fight. I really like to see close matches, at least towards the end. I mean, cricket is eliminated, so it's 3 slots. So it's gonna be a fight for everybody that's left to fill slots. And then even the Handsome Jacks isn't far off, and everybody else, but it's still gonna be a little bit harder
Yeah, where are they
for
at?
them. The Jacks?
Yeah, let's take a look at the Jets.
They're
They're
at 7
right
points. 2-1-3. Still statted up to hell.
next. Yeah.
Though I'm assuming they lost some linemen because they've got none. Except for the
Yeah,
one.
Surprised me that this team's not doing better.
What team's not doing better?
I'm surprised the Handsome Jacks isn't doing better. Because it looks pretty
Sam-
good.
Sam's a great coach, and it looks really scary for a human team. Let's see how he's had here. He's beat Trikundo, lost to you, lost to Mistakes.
Tied mistakes.
Oh, he tied Mistakes. Yep. I don't know. I'm surprised he lost to Soul so hard.
Well, that was the beginning of the season before Seoul started shedding
Yeah,
players.
that's true.
So. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that was the first game of the season.
Yeah, you still got seven games left to play, right? Yeah, so.
He didn't have an ogre against Seoul either. I don't think.
Yeah, after losing like 3 of them in a row, I think he swore them off for a little bit. How long has Jack Big and Savage been here? 4 matches, so. Yeah, I think he picked that up for our game.
Always a good choice when you're outstrength. And even though I don't know if he's actually outstrength too much by Lizards with his strength ups.
Yeah, with the strengths up and the 4 guard pieces. Yeah, no, I wouldn't cut them out either. There's still plenty of plenty of season left, and there could be plenty of shakeups in this, in the middle of the pack here. So
Both human teams are really interesting in REL 1.
yeah, I mean, might as well take a look at bad guys at next. And there's still a game down compared to Jackson and bad guys Inc. Still have week 7 to play, so a lot of guard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guard pieces. Oh God. Yeah, I'm playing them tomorrow, so 7 guard pieces, including the one that's out. Gross.
Yeah.
He has a good team. He just hasn't had good luck this season.
It's been a lot of draws. It's been really close games for him. So no big losses or anything. Just no.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Good chance they'll be adding another W to their record tomorrow.
Do they play tomorrow?
Huh? Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't stand any chance.
It's so much guard. The guard, the
No.
tackle. There's just like.
I mean, better
Like-
developed team. Better coach, better looking.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Trunk. He's so kind and approachable.
Yeah.
Real friendly guy.
Yeah.
Just no chance, Mike.
No.
All right, that's pretty much everything, right?
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
That's. Anyone's got a shot. Like, the next down on the list is me, and I've got I have to have a miracle to get into the playoffs this season. But
I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest, Mike. Even if you did make it to playoffs, I don't know if that would be a good thing if you want to keep your team.
yeah. That's a
The
good
way your
point.
team is going, it might be better not to make playoffs.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what happens with the off season. So there's some discussion of if LE drops in time for the off season, we're going to be having a like a Swiss style tournament instead of having spin matches. But yeah, a lot. It's sort of a lot of it's up in the air.
I'm cool with not having spin matches, but I know a lot of the Bash coaches whine about not getting matches. I never had an issue with it, and my team is the bashiest team in the REL right now.
Certainly
So-
round 1, yeah.
In the REL, no, I'm 32 Cavs for the season right now.
All right.
Number 1 for the REL. I'm just behind the Big O because Lark is cleaning up all those AV7s with his dwarves.
Hmm.
So I like the thought of a Swiss tournament. I don't know. What about you guys?
I think it
think it
solves
sounds good.
it solves the problem of having of sort of the bashier teams having more trouble finding matches. It also Swiss style means that if you wanted to look at the off season as sort of a lower pressure, put less pressure on yourself to win and more pressure to just like get some development on your team, you're more likely to find your level with coaches who are having the same approach rather than people who are, playing super competitive to win that tournament. Because with the way Swiss works, you just sort of ended up being matched against people who have the same record in the tournament as it goes on. So I think it's a good idea. We'll see if Ellie drops in time for it.
Yes, but
that's-
Mike,
Yeah.
who Swisses the pears?
Hmm?
What? I said who Swisses the pears, Mike?
Who Swisses the pears?
Yeah,
I
never
don't.
mind.
I don't think that's a sentence.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So
It's a running joke.
should we wrap this up and take a look at the In Memoriam montage for week 6?
Yeah, head it up.
All right. So this is
You got it.
take a look at everyone who gave their all on the Blood Bowl pitch in week 6 of season 6. And we're back. So yeah, MVP on that one turn attempt probably warranted. That was a noble attempt, and wow, man, gets all the push you need, gets the ball to the guy, and he just falls dead on the way to the end zone.
If you're gonna go, that's the way to go.
Yeah, and the MVP there is it's a bummer for the team, but probably warranted in terms of going out in a blaze of glory. So yeah, and that ghoul there at the last one there is a pretty well developed piece. It's armor break. It's gonna be retiring after that. So yeah, so that was weeks 5 and 6, and a little bit of a just sort of mid-season wrap up to see where everyone's at. Any parting words? Do we have any predictions we want to make? I guess we probably should have been doing that as we went through each of the.
I
prediction to make
will bet anyone that Horny Cricket's team makes the playoffs.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to take you up on that
2-1
bet.
odds, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, probably a little early for predictions, but we'll probably come back in a couple of weeks with the road to the playoff when we get close to the end. But yeah, that's where we are mid-season. Thank you to our guest host coaches, Owned and Fiction. Thank you guys very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
And always thank you as well to my co-host, Saace. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good night, folks.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and see you on the pitch.